Hello, my name is Maria from mathmammoth.com. In this video we're going to continue with integer addition and subtraction. But first, let's look at a little note about notation. And that is, sometimes we need parentheses around a negative number. For example, if we write 11 plus negative 6, we put parentheses around the negative 6. We don't write 11 plus minus 6, all right? Or if this number here is negative, minus 3 minus minus 7, or you can read it negative 3 minus negative 7. We put parentheses around this negative 7 because there's a minus there. In other words, we don't write like this, where there would be two minus signs next to each other, or a plus and minus sign next to each other. We separate them so that there's parentheses here, and that is for clarity. So how would you model the addition of a negative integer on the number line? For example, 3 plus minus 5. 3, so we start at 3. Now if I was adding 5, 3 plus 5, I would go to the right? And if I was subtracting 5, I would go here. Since I'm adding a negative 5, surely it cannot be the same as adding 5. Adding a negative 5 makes sense if I make it the same as subtraction. Go 5 steps this way. Okay, 3 plus negative 5. So then we get equals negative 2. Negative 3 plus negative 5. Start at negative 3. Okay, if I was adding 5, I would go this way to the right. But since I'm adding a negative 5, I do the opposite and go 5 steps this way to negative 8. So this becomes the same, exact same thing as negative 3 minus 5, like we looked at in the last lesson. All right, here is a bunch of sums to solve. Do them first yourself. Minus 8 plus 5. I start here, 5 steps towards here, towards the right. It's negative 3. Now minus 8 plus minus 5. I start here and go 5 steps over there towards the left. My number line doesn't reach. But if I'm here at negative 8 and 5 steps more, then I will add in my head 8 plus 5 is 13. The answer will be at negative 13. 2 plus 4, 2 plus negative 4, negative 2 plus negative 4, and negative 2 plus 4. All these variations. Well, 2 plus 4 is 6, right? 2 plus negative 4. Okay, 2 plus 4 would have been this one. 2 plus negative 4 goes the other way, but 4 steps. So we end up at negative 2. Then negative 2 plus negative 4. Start here. We are adding a negative number, so we go towards more negatives, towards the left, over there, to negative 6. Note again that this is the same as negative 2 minus 4. Whether we are subtracting or adding a negative, it has the same effect. We go towards the left, towards more negatives. And then negative 2 plus 4, it's over here, plus 4, so we get back to 2. Now let's try some number line jumps that go in different directions. What I mean is, for example, this. Let's say you're at negative 6 and you jump over there. And then after that, you jump over here. What equation could we write from that? We start at negative 6. We go towards the positives, towards bigger numbers. So this is adding something. We went to 0. Okay, so we added 6. 6 steps here. After that, we came backwards, so to speak, or towards the left. So that was a subtraction of, it was 4 steps long. And we ended up at negative 4. Or you could write it alternatively like this. Negative 6 plus 6 plus a negative 4. Let's try another one of those. What kind of addition and subtraction happens here? Start at 2. Going towards the left is either a subtraction or adding negatives. Let's say we add negative How many steps long is my jump here? It's first of all 2 steps long to 0 and 7 steps long over there, so total 9. Addition of negative 9. Okay, then we add a positive number because we come towards the right. And this from negative 7 to negative 2, that's 5 steps. And then we land at negative 2. All right. Explain the sum negative 40 plus 70 in the context of money. You can think of a number line jump maybe, like if you're at negative 40 and you jump 70 steps. But in the context of money, what would negative 40 as your starting point, what would that mean? If you have negative $40 or some other money you need, then you are in debt. You don't have any money. So somebody is $40 in debt. Then this plus 70, it's like an arrow that is 70 steps long, an addition of $70. That means that you would earn money or you would gain money in some way. Somebody gives you maybe $70 or you earn that, either way. Then you earn $70. So now what is your money situation in total? With the 70 you earn, you can now pay your debt plus have $30 left over. So now you have $30. To record it one more time here, negative 40 plus 70 equals 30. And lastly, let's look at subtracting a negative integer. For example, 5 minus negative 1. How could that be modeled on the number line? What could it be? Let's compare it to 5 minus 1. 5 is here, and so 5 minus 1 is this kind of a jump, right? 5 minus minus 1 then. Well, the minus here indicates subtraction. It looks like we would be subtracting, going this way. But since it's a negative 1, it is as if it turns us around to go the opposite direction over here and do this kind of jump instead. Land at 6. Because surely this can't be the same thing, right? And even though it looks odd, this is exactly how it works. Negative 2 minus negative 4. Again, we are subtracting a negative integer. We have this minus minus here, but we start at negative 2, okay? Now, once again, compare to negative 2 minus 4. This we understand, right? Start at negative 2 and subtract, go this way to the left, land at negative 6. But this one, it is as if we start subtracting, going towards the left, but since this is a negative 4, we instead turn around 180 degrees and go 4 steps this way. Land at 2. You might notice that this is actually the same as negative 2 plus 4. And this one here is actually the same as 5 plus 1. And that is exactly true. This double negative, as a shortcut, you can change it into a plus sign. Like that. Write a big plus there. Alright? So that actually makes these double negatives pretty easy. Okay, that's all. I hope it was helpful.